In this exercise tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to do a barbell backwards lunge, and we're going to be doing all of our repetitions on one side, and then we're going to be doing all of our repetitions on the opposing side. Now, firstly, I'm using a squat rack here, and for a lot of people that have never used a squat rack before, it's a really intimidating bit of kit. So, firstly, you'll notice I've got two catches here. This is what the barbell sits on, and you want to make sure these are in line with each other. If I wanted to move the position of these catches on a newer machine like this, I would pop this pin out and I can move it up and down. Now, if you've got this set up in a position where you're happy with it, you would know it's set up correctly because it would be just below the position of the top of your shoulder. So the reason why I've got this just below the position of the top of my shoulder, one setting below, is because I need a little bit of clearance to come underneath the bar because it's going to be on my back, to come up, come back and be able to safely put it back without coming up onto my tiptoes or having it too low or I'm having to really arch down. The barbell I'm using, the 7-foot barbell, is 20 kilograms. So bear that in mind if it's the first time you're doing this exercise. You want to make sure that you can do this exact same exercise with dumbbells first with a 10 kilogram weight in each hand. So I'm now going to put this into the catches. Stand back from the barbell, make sure that it's center lined. So you want to make sure that it's not off to one side. You've got it bang in the center of the squat rack. Now you're going to be coming underneath the barbell. The barbell is going to go on your back and then you're going to start your repetitions. But where does the barbell go specifically? So we don't want this, and especially if you've got heavy weight or you're doing lots of repetitions, to be on your neck. So it's not going to be where my hoodie is. I want you to take one hand, place it behind your back and start to walk your fingers down until you start to feel a bony protrusion, which will be the top of your shoulder blade. Just above that is where this barbell is going to live. So you'll notice it's actually a lot further down the back than a lot of people think. A lot of people will have the bar resting up here and it'll be all on the cervical spine, which we don't want. So we don't want to create any neck pain during this exercise. In terms of hand position, I'm going to go with a narrower position so I can really lock the barbell in. Taller people than me will go for a wider grip. You'll often find people that are a bit shorter than me will go even more narrow. It does depend on shoulder mobility. There's not necessarily a right and wrong. It's more what you feel comfortable with regards to your shoulder mobility and making sure that you've got both hands nice and equal. So you don't want to have one hand wide and one hand narrow. So I'm going to come underneath the barbell, making sure I'm in center line, just above the top of my scapula. From here, I come directly up. Now, before I start, I want to make sure that I'm pulling my shoulder blades down. I'm really bringing the bar down into my body. From here, I'm going to do all my repetitions on one side first. So I'll pick my right leg. I'm going to come directly back with my right leg. Knee hovers just off the floor. I'm keeping my chest up at all times. I'm repeating for my desired amount of repetitions. What you can do here is you can do one side, or you could put the barbell back in, or you might decide whilst you're in this position to do your repetitions on your opposing side. Once you've done your repetitions, you bring it in, and of course you want to make sure you're doing an even amount of reps on both sides. I would start off with the weaker side first. So that's how to do a barbell backwards lunge on a squat rack, and you would obviously repeat that for your desired amount of sets and repetitions.